Do you know who Midnighter is? Midnighter is probably one of the coolest characters ever to come out of the DC universe that is not heterosexual and is carrying his own title. The character's been around for a long time, more particularly in the Wildstorm universe, which is still part of the DC universe, but it's sort of like one of their multiverses. It wasn't talked about too often, and it didn't really cross over that much. He's sometimes described as being like Batman, but he really isn't like Batman. Originally, when he was brought in, it seems as though he was a version of Batman from another universe, but this version has superpowers, and he doesn't mind killing at all. Steve Orlando is the writer for this series, and I gotta say, he is totally spot on. I'm loving the character development, I'm loving the character individually. Before, I didn't really have that much feelings towards Midnighter, but I'm liking how he's being developed into a character that is a badass superhero, but he's also got his personal time where he's seeing other guys on the side, one of which has a very important role in this first story arc. Apollo used to be his boyfriend, but they broke up, and I'm actually happy about that, because a lot of times we see these two characters together for everything. I'd much rather see Midnighter do his own thing and develop into his own person. So far, the series has been focusing on either an entity, a person, or some sort of group of people who broke into a place called the God Garden. This is a place that has advanced technology. It's also the origins of where Midnighter came from. Up to this point, Midnighter is very clueless about where he came from. He knows that he was genetically manipulated, where he has a living computer in his head, and he's also got enhanced reflexes, strength, and all of that stuff. So someone breaking into the God Garden where he was created, he's chasing down all of these individual people who he's hoping is going to lead him to whoever it was that orchestrated the entire thing. This first 6 issues was a very interesting ride. Besides getting a little bit of love on the side, we also have a lot of adventures taking place. He teamed up with Agent Grayson, who is also known as Nightwing, who is also known as Agent 37. He no longer goes by the name of Nightwing or any superhero identity because of another complicated reason that I don't want to go into. There was a lot of sexual innuendo between the two of them, a lot of flirting. I was really happy they did that, especially because Dick Grayson is probably one of the most sexualized mainstream comic book characters ever done. But Midnighter does have a couple love interests. In fact, one of them, his name is Matt. He plays a huge role in this series. The way it was left off on issue number 6, it left off on a huge cliffhanger that I don't think anyone saw coming, including me. It was great. I can't wait for the next issue to come out to see how this is going to be concluded. I think the series so far has done such a great job with the character. I love the art for the most part with this. We have a couple different artists that have been coming in from issue to issue. Stephen Mooney came in for a while he was doing the pair-up between Midnighter and Agent Grayson. Aiko seems to be the regular artist that's supposed to be part of this series, and his artwork is also done really well. I am loving this title a lot. I get really excited when I find out a new issue is going to be coming out soon. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of a character that's sort of like the Punisher and Batman mixed together but with superpowers, or maybe it's an LGBT character that's such a badass that's holding his own title. I'm not really sure. So that's my thoughts on this first 6 issues. Didn't want to give out too many spoilers because I really recommend anyone out there who likes the character in this title to go out there and go ahead and read it. I'm also glad that Midnighter can show his feelings and he can also show affection to other guys, and it still doesn't take away anything from him, which is definitely the way it should be. But, you know, sometimes it could be a problem for other readers out there. But I cannot wait for issue number 7 to see Midnighter take on a character that is incredibly badass and someone who's also beaten up Batman in the past. So it should be very interesting. So anyways, if you want to get this comic title, it's available at just about any comic book store anywhere. It's from DC Comics, and most comic stores hold DC Comics. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for joining me in this comic book review, and I will join you in another one very soon. Peace.